Welcome to today's deep dive. You know that feeling when you dig up a beloved piece of tech from your childhood?
Oh yeah, like a camcorder with old family videos.
Right, or maybe, a retro gaming console.
Yeah.
And you go to plug it into your brand new ultra-thin flat screen, and you're just left staring at this handful of yellow, red, and white cables.
Yeah, and you realize your new TV only has those sleek digital ports.
Exactly. It's just a total mismatch.
It really is a physical and, well, a technological mismatch. You've got these analog signals trying to talk to a strictly digital display, and they just don't speak the same language.
And to fix that, you usually end up tumbling down this huge rabbit hole of highly specialized AV gear, which actually brings us to the really fascinating spec sheet we are looking at today from HDTV Supply.
Yeah, for the Avenview SC-MLT-DVI-4 multi-input format to DVI scaler.
Such a catchy name, right?
Yeah.
But our mission today is basically to figure out how this specific box acts as a vital bridge between, our analog past and our high-definition present.
Because the landscape of AG video formats is surprisingly chaotic. I mean, over the decades, we've cycled through so many standards.
It's like composite video and S-video.
Right, and PC-VGA. And this Avenview scaler, it accepts all of those older analog inputs along with digital DVI and scales them into just one unified DVI output.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it can push that output up to 1080p for standard HDTVs or a WUXGA resolution.
Wait, what's WXGA?
Oh, it's 1920 by 1200, usually for computer monitors.
Okay, got it. So it's basically acting like a universal translator at the United Nations.
That's a great way to put it.
You have all these older electronics walking into the room, speaking entirely different, completely outdated languages. And this box seamlessly translates them into one standardized signal. But here's where I kind of have to push back a little.
Okay, let's hear it.
The source material lists this thing at $699.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
Right. So why on earth would you pay that much just to plug in an old camcorder? I mean, why not just buy a cheap $15 adapter online?
Well, because a cheap adapter usually just changes the physical shape of the plug. It doesn't actually change the fundamental nature of the signal.
Which is the real problem.
Exactly. Analog video is essentially a continuous wave of electrical data, but digital video is made of these rigid, mathematically precise pixels. Converting one to the other requires some serious, real-time computational heavy lifting.
So what is actually happening under the hood to justify that price tag?
Take a process called 3D deinterlacing, which this unit is basically doing constantly.
Okay, 3D deinterlacing. What does that mean for, a regular person?
So old analog TVs drew images using alternating lines. It's almost like looking through horizontal window blinds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they would draw the odd lines, then the even lines, back and forth, incredibly fast. But modern digital screens draw the entire solid frame all at once.
If you just plug an old signal into a new TV,
it looks terrible. It's often jagged or blurry because the screen literally doesn't know how to handle those alternating lines. This hardware does the intense math required to instantly stitch those alternating lines into a single solid digital frame.
It makes a lot of sense, actually. And the spec sheet notes it's doing that deinterlacing alongside frame rate conversion, too.
Right, pushing 165 megahertz video bandwidth.
Inside a really sturdy 2-pound metal chassis, which is wild. And it's not just tackling video either.
No, it has to perfectly sync analog stereo audio alongside digital formats.
Like Dolby True HD, right. So the picture and sound don't drift apart.
Precisely. And while it's doing all that complex routing, it lets you control the whole system via an on-screen display, front panel buttons, an IR remote, or even a hardwired RS-232 connection.
Which honestly makes me wonder about the power draw. With all that constant real-time math happening inside a metal box, you'd think it'd be a total energy hog.
You would think so, yeah.
But the specs show it only consumes 5.7 watts of power. It even has a 50 milliwatt low-power waiting mode.
Yeah, it's incredibly efficient. But because it's doing so much intense conversion, it's clearly not some mass-market plug-and-play gadget you'd find at a corner store.
Right.
Which totally explains why you have to go through specialized legacy AV ecosystems to even find it.
Yeah, you're buying this from vendors like HDTV Supply, who have like a 25-year history in this space. And while I was reviewing their page, there was this remarkably honest 4-star customer review for this exact unit.
Oh, really? What did it say?
The buyer noted that the support staff was, quote, less than friendly, but answered my question.
That is hilarious, but honestly, so true for this industry.
Right. Because in a high-stakes world of complex AV routing, getting an accurate technical answer about, frame rates and resolution syncing is vastly more valuable than a cheerful tone of voice.
Absolutely. When you're trying to integrate legacy hardware into a modern digital matrix, expertise totally trumps pleasantries. You just want it to work.
Exactly. And ultimately, devices like this Avenview scaler do something really essential for us. They extend the operational life of legacy systems, and they keep our past accessible.
They do.
But the source material also extensively lists highly advanced modern 4K and even 8K matrix switchers.
Yeah, this technology is just always moving forward.
Which leaves us with this final thought for you to chew on. As our displays push further and further into 8K territory, will we always need these hardware bridges to translate our analog past?
It's a good question.
Or will there come a day when those old cables just don't fit anywhere and our legacy media is entirely left behind? Something to think about the next time you're staring at that handful of red, white, and yellow cords. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.